All right, guys, I was super busy today, so it took me a while to get into this Cardi B stuff. Doing a lot of rehearsals for my new show, which is really exciting, but I know you guys have been following this. Long story short, I went on Fox News. The topic that they picked for the day was the Grammy performance that Cardi B did with Megan Thee Stallion, and I honestly only saw clips of it. It was vulgar, it was disgusting, it was everything that I speak about in terms of saying that we have a deteriorating culture, not just Black culture, American culture in general, but particularly Black culture. I think we have some of just the worst symptoms when it comes to a degenerative culture, and we got to change it. So it was obvious to me when Tucker asked me the question, why is this problematic, just to really spell out what it is about this sort of messaging for young women when we keep being told by the media, who I personally think wants to hurt women, to hurt families. Like, I think that we are just after the destruction of the fabric of American values. How problematic and harmful it is when they praise a performance like that, which was two women and dancing on the floor half naked, gyrating their vaginas against each other, humping on top of each other, whatever. I only saw 30 seconds of it. It was all I needed to see. And yet we have a culture that says that's iconic, that's feminist, that's great. None of that stuff is good. I mean, you don't need to like me to acknowledge that performance was disgusting. You don't need to like me to acknowledge that there's something wrong and backward about a culture that wants to erase Dr. Seuss at the same time that they want to promulgate women on stage that are simulating sex, because that's really what they were doing, right? And listen, you go to Pornhub.com, you can watch that stuff, and you know that that's a website that is for adults only. This is on CBS. This is the Grammys. If people that are saying, oh, parents should be, monitoring what their children watch. There used to be a time in America where you could always watch the Grammys and not see that, okay? So I don't want to hear any of that nonsense about, oh, Cardi B's music is not for kids. Cardi B's music is not for adults, in my opinion. I don't think at any moment we should be listening to junk like that. I'm a big believer in, what Confucius said, a Chinese philosopher, that what you put in your ears, if you want to furnish a society's morals, if you want to know the answer to whether or not a society has morals, the music will give you the answer. And right now, the type of music that we are creating and producing, we are not showing ourselves to be a moral bunch. Now, not a personal attack on Cardi when I said that. To be honest, I view her as one cancer cell in everything that's going on. So I do think that she is cancerous to young women. I do think that her music is cancerous to Black culture. I do think that anybody that you are following that is not admitting that to you, you need to stop following, okay? One of the biggest pieces of advice that I've ever gotten in my life, and you should follow this, you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with, right? So you will become the average. So if you are hanging out with 5 people that are successful business people that have happy families, you will naturally raise your average, right? If you are hanging out with people who sulk all day and are angry and just want to go out and complain and riot and protest, you will become that average, right? So you have to be very careful about what you keep around you, and that's inclusive of that time that you're spending of a day listening to music and following artists that promote violence and promote sex. Just make your average better, is what I always say. So up. Be careful about what you put in your ears. Be careful about what's around you. Anyways, obviously, this turned into a spat with Cardi B on Twitter. I guess she was up last night late tweeting about it. She always seems to be up quite late when she goes on these spirals. And basically, she was all over the place, to be honest, on Twitter. First, she even talked about the Capitol riot. She talked about Melania Trump. None of that has anything to do with her grotesque Grammy performance. Then she starts talking about old tweets of mine where I said that I had, I think I said that I had watched Love and Hip Hop and I had predicted that Cardi B would be someone that would have free thoughts. And I have said 1,000 times, and I'll say 1,000 times more, I've watched episodes of Love and Hip Hop before Cardi B blew up. She was funny, she was entertaining, I liked her, and I was rooting for her to be something else, I guess, in life. And she showed some potential when she cracked about taxes. She did this one rant that I remember that kind of went viral in conservative circles about just, where's all my money going? Great conservative question. Where's all my money going? And if she had actually sat down and tried to derive the answer, this, maybe you can. Okay, sorry guys. I'm not sure. I think that just paused for a little bit. But what I was saying was that what I appreciated about Cardi B was that she worked hard to get to where she was at. She started from nothing, and then she had a something. And then after she had a something, she was ranting about why it was that she had to pay so much in taxes. That's a age-old conservative question, right? If I work hard, why do I have to give money? And she called it charity at the time. So that is what I was saying. I saw some potential in her to start asking these questions to get the answers, but she didn't do that. Cardi B got into culture, and she became what I refer to as a slave to culture, meaning that people started realizing that her marketing trash and convincing her that this was powerful and iconic was a way for them to make money. You often see that whenever Cardi B goes all over the place when she's having these Twitter spats, because she never wants to focus on the question at hand, she pulls random things, and she, for whatever reason, obsesses over the fact that my husband is white. Like, I'm supposed to be ashamed of that. And it's always people that are telling you we need to go forward, that are actually just trying to bring you back. It's a beautiful thing when a black woman falls in love and a white man falls in love, they fall in love with one another. That is a sign that things are progressing in society, and we've moved past a time where people only saw one another for skin color. So Cardi B, I'm not going to apologize to you because my husband's white. Like, I'm not going to apologize to you that I make my husband sandwiches. Like, I am in a happy and a healthy family. And these sorts of petty attacks, when she does this, and if you're ever trying to understand why it always seems like she is just all over the place when she is trying to debate or attack me or she's just trying to hurt me, right? Because she's hurt, because she knows that when I say this stuff, it hits at something inside of her that she knows she's not right with, right? Cardi B recognizes that I'm a confident individual, right? And she can't just dig up stuff on me that I'm going to be ashamed of. And so when I say something like she's toxic to culture, the reason she gets so worked up and she starts spiraling is because she knows it's real. You can lie to the entire world about who you are. You can fake being confident. You can fake being, sure of yourself. You can pop your vagina on a stage. But when you go to bed at night, it is just you and your thoughts, okay? Cardi has a daughter, okay? I just had a child, and I'm bringing up her child in a positive manner. Having children is a blessing. It changes your eyesight in a way that you realize the severity of the world that we're creating. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. Children are a blessing for that reason. Cardi B knows that what she is doing and what she is putting in the world is not helping to create a world that is good, is a good world to live in, right? She knows she's not doing that. So the reason why she gets so bothered by me, and she always seems so flustered when I just speak truth about who and what she is because she knows it's real, right? Like, Cardi actually probably wants to be more. She probably wants to aspire to more, but she's stuck right now because she has branded herself like a moron. Like, all she can do is take off her clothes. So she's got to take off more clothes and do less and talk about less and debase herself even further. I mean, that is horrible. She's not even waiting for the world to degrade her. She's degrading herself, which is sad, right? And in a way, I do feel bad for Cardi because we know she's not, happy. Things are not copacetic in her home. She's at the same time trying to make you guys think that she's empowered by a relationship that's broken and toxic. Yeah, my husband cheats on me. Whatever she has said, in various interviews. This is how I like it. I like this toxic relationship. Whatever it is. It's just not true. She doesn't. There's no woman that likes a relationship that doesn't make them feel secure. When you find a good man, they make you feel secure. My husband makes me feel secure, right? That's why I don't mind making him a sandwich and putting it on Instagram and mocking feminists, because I'm in a happy and a healthy relationship, right? I'm not looking for something else in the world. I don't need to go around and put my ass cheeks and vagina on the internet to have people ogle at me because I'm in a mature relationship that I feel fulfilled in, right? So there is something that is unfulfilled in her, and she's searching for more. And these are the things, by the way, that I speak to women about. Like, you so often hear women that go around and say that there are no good men left, right? That men are horrible and men treat women horribly. And I always ask the question, okay, but how are women treating themselves, right? How are we presenting ourselves, right? How do you expect a man to show you respect when you don't show respect to yourself? You don't respect yourself. We have to be better if we expect better. If we want better, then we have to be better. I mean, it's really that simple. And this is something that Cardi B does not understand. And you can sense her desperation. Obviously, I think sort of the end of this argument with her on Twitter is obviously she shared, I thought she had authored it, but I guess she shared a photoshopped tweet that you can tell is photoshopped because at the bottom of it, it says view tweet activity. And if somebody took a screen grab of a tweet from me, it wouldn't say view tweet activity. But she shares this photoshopped tweet and that says that my husband had an affair with my brother. Completely wild, completely inappropriate. And she knows she's lying, obviously, when she says this, but she doubles down and she says it's not photoshopped. I saw the tweet go out on a day that you were trending. So she's lying. So unfortunately for Cardi, and the problem with having success is that just because you're successful doesn't mean you're smart. Like, she's gonna get sued. That's that. I do not allow, I am deeply protective over my family, especially my brother, who is a completely private citizen and has nothing to do with Cardi B and her twerking and whopping. And for her to pretend that she knew that this Photoshop tweet was real and was authentic, she's going to get sued for that. Plain and simple. I don't play games with that kind of stuff. Lying about my husband because she's not comfortable with hers. Lying about my brother because she feels like she can't score any points against me because she recognizes that I am a fully formed person. And I am extremely confident and I'm proud of the work that I do. And I am proud of myself. And I'm proud that women can follow my lead, can read my books, can watch stuff that I say on the internet. And I know that they're going to walk away and they're going to be better people because I am trying to give them the tools, some of the tools that I acquired painfully in my youth, but to be better, because all we ever want to do is to evolve. And I'm sorry, but Cardi B, you're not the brightest, or you're not the brightest bulb, but you should have had a lawyer tell you that defamation is a real thing. You cannot just go around sharing things and saying that they are true and they are authentic and they are honest and expect not to get checked on that. I mean, I'm Candace Owens. I'm the girl that's suing Facebook. If you think that I'm not going to sue you, you came for the wrong person with a Photoshop tweet with something that disgusting and despicable. And you should have known better. You should have known better. You should know, especially as a public figure, what defamation is. You cannot just make up things about private citizens and perpetuate them and say that that these things are true. So this battle with Cardi, I would say this is round 2, but we're going into round 3, which will be legal. And because I think people that follow her need to know that she is that desperate, that she is that much of a liar, that she would put out something and pretend that she saw it live and saw it. Yes, we did. We saw this get tweeted because she's that insecure. She's so insecure that she's trying to move the goalpost to be beyond her Grammy performance by making up ludicrous lies about me and my husband and my family. So that's probably going to be the KO for Cardi. And by the way, great lesson for people: when you become successful, you have to protect your finances and you need to understand that you're in a different spot and you cannot be acting a fool on the internet and saying all sorts of wild things. So Cardi, if anything, by the time we're done with this, even though some lawyers are about to get involved, you will learn a lesson or two from Candace Owens. Thanks, guys. Bye.